Number 2, Grace Lasky. Number 5, Ashley Dreyer. Number 21, Megan Zabrowski. Number 23, Hannah Williams. The starting 5 for the Wolverines, number 4, Alexa Hosebar. Number 10, Grace Wolf. Number 11, Ray Airbar. Number 25, Haley Ottman. And number 42, Mike First. And now for tonight's home team, the Perry Pirates, coached by Roy and Bobby Jr. Coach Bobby is assisted by Matt Rosati and Roy Bobby Sr. Beginning with reserves, number 2, Madeline Falvey. Number 3, Grace McCoon. Number 5, Victoria Lynch. Number 11, Sophia McHigh. Number 15, Audrey Austin. Number 20, Maddie Stevenson. Number 22, Riley Hodge. Number 25, Caitlin Newsom. Number 32, Rosalind Tharp. Number 1, Abby Bartlett. And now the Pirates starting 5. Number 4, Gigi Massini. Number 10, Margot G. Number 14, Izzy McCoon. Number 23, Marcelo Rodriguez. And number 33, Jaciana Anderson. Good luck, ladies.
Just baseline to baseline.
Okay.
Just keep the ball in the frame. Okay, you're on 1.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to your CVC TV Game of the Week on Tape Delay Edition, presented by the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. We are live in Ashtabula, Ohio, at Ashtabula Lakeside High School for the Division II Region 5 District Semifinal between the West Geauga Lady Wolverines and the Perry Pirates. Just about set for tip-off here. Kevin Arnold alongside Rico McGee and our LPV Productions crew. Looks like it'll be Maggie first and Jaciana Anderson in the center circle. And West Geauga wins the tip. And we are underway here in this district semifinal. Winner to face Salem High School, who just won just a short time ago before we went on air tonight. We apologize for some technical difficulties, not able to live stream tonight, so if you were at the game or needed to watch on tape delay, as we uploaded it later on to ChagrinValleyConference.com, you can always find all of your CVC information at ChagrinValleyConference.com. Pass from West G goes out of bounds. Turnover, Perry will get possession. Rico, as we get this game started, what are some keys to the game for both of these squads? We'll start with the team with the ball right now, the Perry Pirates.
I think for Perry, they want to get Jaciana going. She's the leading scorer. She's averaging 12.2 points per game. So you want to get her going fast and you want to get her going early. They also want to turn up the aggression on defense. They only allowed 1 3-point basket in their last game, so they have to turn up the aggression against this West Geauga Hustlers. Number 3, they have to be smart. They don't want to get over aggressive. West Geauga will do the absolute most to exploit that.
Perry on top, 2-0, 6:51 left in the first quarter. Three-pointer for West G goes down. That is Grace Wolf from the far wing, and they take the 3-2 lead early here in the first quarter. Perry getting their opening basket by Izzy McCoon. A turnover on the inbounds. After that, Perry was able to pounce on that. Jayciana missed that shot before, but now she gets her first points on the board, and we trade baskets now 4-3 Perry.
West Geauga, they have to get to the foul line. They shoot 61% from the charity stripe. It's imperative that they get to the foul line to achieve victory tonight. They also want to force turnovers. They have a lot of steals. They want to interrupt the passing lanes and keep those hands active. And West Geauga also has to dominate on the boards.
5:50 left, first quarter, district semifinal. It is Ohio High School Athletic Association playoff time for winter sports for basketball. Perry against West G. The last time these two teams met this season, West G edged out Perry 36-32. Right now, Perry leads 4-3 early, and a good steal. Marcela Rodriguez getting her hand in there, and here comes Jayciana Anderson all the way to the cup, up, under, not able to get it to drop, but she will head to the free throw line.
And that's one of the keys we talked about. Jayciana wants to get early and get going and get in an offensive rhythm, and her teammates will follow suit.
Rico, these two teams knowing each other well, because Jayciana will take her first free throw. Unlike in the first game, the gym goes completely silent. I think we saw that in the first quarter, but as the quarters went on in the other district semifinal, there was a lot more rambunctious noise, even on the free throw attempts.
Right, we're at a neutral site, so there really is no home or away team. Both groups of supporters are here to cheer their teams on to the next round.
Marcela Rodriguez short on that three, and West Geauga will clear, trailing 5-3, 5:08 first quarter. Stepping into that three and knocking it down, Haley Ottman. Last time we saw West G right here on CVC TV, Haley Ottman came up big in West G's win over Hawkins 60-55. Ottman coming in, averaging 4.5 points per game, but gets that three to go. It's 6-5. Perry with the offensive board. They'll swing it over to Rodriguez. Here near wing. Short again. Looking for a foul, no call. Alexa Hosevar will come the other way.
West Geauga is grabbing about 67% of their rebounds, and that's really big. So look for them to dominate on both sides, offense and defensive rebounding.
A lot of contact underneath the hoop there, Rico, but Hosevar throwing it out of bounds. So Perry will go the other way. West G, as we've seen, they've won 13 straight games. One of their calling cards has been right here, what you see, this full court pressure, defensive intensity has really ramped up.
Yes, defense intensity has revved up, and they just want to keep the pace going. They want to force turnovers and keep those hands active.
Ottman will defend, good deflection, and West G gets that turnover. But right back come the Pirates' Izzy McCoon, getting her hand in there, coming from behind, so Jayciana Anderson. And the Pirates will go on the attack. Jayciana to the basket, and she has been aggressive early, coming in, averaging 12.2 points per game, the leading scorer for Perry. You would expect her to get a bulk of the offense to kind of get those nerves settled down, get the Pirates into this game.
Yes, get the Pirates into this game, and they want to turn up the intensity on offense. So look for Jayciana to continue to drive the lanes, get opponents in foul trouble, and get to the line early and often.
The lefty hits the back iron, comes off on her first free throw. She'll have one more. 4:04 left, opening quarter. Division II, Region 5 district semifinal. West G 6, Perry 5. Jayciana Anderson with one more free throw. And long on that one again. Hosevar rips the rebound away from McCoon. Hosevar on the attack. Sees two Pirate defenders. She'll swing it all the way across to Ottman. Ottman will find Ashlyn Dreyer, who checks into the game. Gets it stolen. McCoon with a couple steals already. Got the Pirates on the board first as well. And she comes sprinting up across the timeline into the forecourt.
I like how Perry is matching West Geauga's intensity and their defensive aggression.
Jayciana just outside the left elbow, and the lefty jumper goes down. We've said it a couple times when we've been together, Rico, the lost art of the game of basketball, that mid-range jumper.
The mid-range jumper, but DeMar DeRozan, of course, from the Chicago Bulls, definitely keeping that alive and helping people to understand that the mid-range is still important.
And we saw that on full display here in Northeast Ohio recently, as just had the NBA All-Star game here in Northeast Ohio, and now high school basketball playoffs are in full swing. Travel on Grace Wolf will give it back to the Pirates. As we look at these two teams, we kind of mentioned 13-game win streak for West G. Their last loss was on December 21st of 2021 against, I believe they lost to Berea Mid-Park, the Titans of Berea Mid-Park. You know, it used to be, Berea and Mid-Park separated, but now they've combined. Perry looking for some offense inside. Grace Laster checks in for West G, and West G will go on offense. Hocevar, deep three, and that hits the bottom of the cord. Alexa Hocevar for three. They lead 9-7. 2.5 minutes left first quarter. A little bit of pressure from West G. Now a three attempt by Perry, and it'll be 3 shots at the free throw line for Margot Jean.
This game is very, very chess. Not checkers, but chess. Both teams a little tentative, trying to figure each other out. We'll see who pulls away as the game goes along.
Jean hits the back iron on her first free throw attempt. She'll have 2 more. And that's what you can't do. Coaches are going to coach you to close out. You can't send good shooters and give them extra points at the free throw line during the game. Now, Jean has missed the first 2, but you got to have sound, controlled closeouts throughout this game.
You cannot get too aggressive. Cannot get too aggressive.
So Jean knocks down 1 of 3. 2:22 opening quarter. Scoreboard reads West G 10, Perry 7. I believe it should be 9-8, and it is. They do change that here in the arena. Deep three, far corner. That one goes down. West G is on fire from 3. Grace Wolf knocks down her second 3 of the game. 12-8 West G.
I don't know if they got a pep talk from Steph Curry, but they are looking good from beyond the arc, and they just forced another turnover.
Hocevar, free throw line jumper, knocks it down. West G on a run. And time out, Perry, after the free throw from the Pirates, and Margot Jean only knocking down 1 of 3. West G gets a 3 and a mid-range jumper from Alexa Hocevar to lead 14-8. Time out, Perry, full timeout, 1:47 left. And Rico, we were just talking about West G. Perry comes in with 10 straight wins themselves.
Yes.
And they're 20-3. They are the winners of the CVC Lake Division. There are 4 divisions in the basketball game. Just the way they had to kind of split these teams up. So much competition throughout. West G was second to Hawken in the Chagrin Division. So these teams have faced off in many battles over the years. They've been CVC. They've been the mainstays, the OGs, if you were, of the CVC for so long. And you're seeing the 2022 rendition right now. I mean, one of these streaks is going to go down today. And I have a feeling that with this first quarter, what we've seen, and those that are watching on replay, they kind of already know what's happened, and they already felt those emotions. I have a feeling the emotions are going to be on a big roller coaster throughout this ballgame.
This is going to be a great game, I think. And I think once a Perry gets settled in and finds a rhythm, they'll be tough to stop. I expect this game to be very back and forth.
Jayciana Anderson drives in the lane, kicks it to Marcela Rodriguez. Along the baseline, rims out. Maggie first with the board. She'll outlet to Alexa Hocevar. Hocevar dribbling near side. Gets a screen from Dreyer. She'll send it Grace Wolf, who fakes the three. Good hands on the backside by Rodriguez to get that one away. A couple good deflections from this Pirate defense to start.
Couple good deflections. That was a great defensive play to force the turnover, and that's how you climb back into this game and stop the momentum of West Geauga.
Jaciana Anderson, her favorite spot, just outside that left elbow, right at the corner of the free throw line. The lefty knocks down her second of those this afternoon, has 7 points in this first quarter. 53 seconds left. Perry trailing 14-10 to West G. Wolf, left wing, over to Hocevar. Hocevar looking for a lane. Rodriguez stays in front, keeps those feet moving, forces her to pick up her dribble. I don't know that was ever deflected away. That one goes into the backcourt, and it will be over and back. No hands from Perry ever touched that one. So a discombobbled offensive possession that time for the Lady Wolverines.
Yes, very discombobbled. Perry forcing some turnovers and forcing some mental errors for West Geauga.
14-10 West G. They'll show a little half-court trap. Hocevar comes away with it, and it'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow. We don't have one up on the scoreboard, so looking for officials' word, and it'll be Perry basketball, far sideline. 24.2 seconds left. West G 14, Perry 10, opening quarter of this district semifinal.
This is a bit of a rivalry we've got here. This isn't going to be a gimme for either team.
And coach of the Perry Pirates, Roy Infalvi Jr., after their last game where they were, they come in defeating Lake Catholic 39-21 and outscored the Cougars 14-2 in the second quarter. So that's kind of their go-to quarter. We're 15 seconds away from that with Perry trailing 14-10. He said the intensity of this game was going to be ratcheted up quarter by quarter after that one. 5 seconds left. Marcela Rodriguez gets free. Layup, good. And as the clock ticks down, that's how the first quarter comes to an end right here on CVC TV. West Geauga 14, Perry 12. Rico McGee alongside myself, Kevin Arnold, here tonight on our LPV Productions crew. We are presented by the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. We've talked about them all the time, whether it's fall sports, winter sports, whatever that might be. They always will provide you with the best care with their doctors, Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, Jill Weber, and Jacqueline Tomsick. Their specialties include dental surgery, implants, corrective jaw, facial surgery, along with trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.oh8surgery.com. That's www.oh8surgery.com. We thank them for all of their support of the Chagrin Valley Conference, CVC TV, and all of these great student athletes out there on the court tonight. Again, Rico McGee, Kevin Arnold, alongside you this evening. And we will apologize if you're just tuning in or kind of skipped ahead maybe quarter by quarter. Apologies for the technical difficulties. We're not able to live stream tonight, but on tape delay, getting that uploaded so that all these players can enjoy, kind of having the spotlight on. You don't always get that opportunity, especially in this area, so it's great with the Chagrin Valley Conference setting this up to kind of have a much bigger spotlight put on the effort, the hard work that they put in practice, in the classroom, and in life.
The Chagrin Valley Conference is very underrated. There is a lot of talent, a lot of young men and women that really give it their all every week, whether it be on the football field, the basketball court.
And great effort defensively for Perry there. Speaking of effort, Rico, Alexa Hocevar, back-to-back possessions, a lot of dribbling, not a lot of ball movement, and forcing her into a turnover, that time the double dribble variety. Good pressure from West G. Perry with it out top. Looking down low, Gigi Vicini. She puts up a shot, maybe deflected. And here comes Ray Airbar. Airbar sends it to Ottman on the wing. Back to Airbar. Kind of a little weave action with Hocevar. Ottman in the corner. A three-point shot threat for West G. Swing to Airbar. Airbar will swing it back to Ottman. Hocevar here in the corner. That one rolls across both rims, both sides of the rim. Perry clears.
Good defensive possession, not letting West Geauga get behind them, not giving up any open shots. Taking away that three-point line and forcing West Geauga to look elsewhere.
6:40 left in the first half. Marcela Rodriguez for three. That one's good. Marcela Rodriguez from the far wing puts Perry back on top, 15-14.
As you said, this is the quarter that Perry has taken over for most of the season. They dominate in the second half, and they're already off to a great start with that huge three-point basket.
Grace Wolf's three attempt clangs off the rim. Perry back on offense. Rodriguez may have gotten away with a push on that offensive rebound, but Perry will keep. We play on. 6:03, ticking second quarter clock.
The referee's letting them play. I like that.
Perry 15, West G 14. Gigi Vicini out top. She'll swing to Margot Jean. Jean looking inside. Airbar gets her hand on it, gets that tipped away, and she will bring it up the floor herself. West G trailing 15-14. Alexa Hocevar just barrels her way inside. No call on this side either. Perry's bench looking for the offensive foul. Hocevar found Maggie first. No call. She knocks it down. West G goes back on top.
Referees understand the magnitude of this game. I think this is going to start getting physical.
And Perry steps out of bounds. That's Margot Jean. Far side was trying to collect that errant pass. And we'll get some substitutions into the game. Jaciana Anderson will return for Perry. Ashlyn Dreyer for West G. She's joined by Haley Ottman, Alexa Hocevar, Grace Wolf, and Ray Airbar, the 5 for West G. We'll get to the 5 for Perry here in just one moment.
Jaciana back on the floor means they're going to try to get her back rolling and try to get some points and create some separation.
Inside, Hocevar all alone. Good find from Wolf. Good pass, good finish from Hocevar. They extend out to a three-point lead. Give Hocevar 7 in this first half. 4:53 left. 18-15 West G. Jaciana Anderson, good pass inside, but Hocevar said no. At the rim, and with the block, it's always a much more spectacular block when you're able to block it, keep it in play, collect it, and go the other way. Hocevar fakes the three. Good hands from Rodriguez behind. She tips it out of bounds. It'll be baseline out of bounds play for West G. Maggie first comes back in to replace Haley Ottman. In there for the Pirates, Grace McCoon, Margot Jean, Sophia McCod, Jaciana Anderson, and Marcela Rodriguez, who defends Hocevar here in the near corner. She'll swing it up to Grace Wolf. She'll fake the three. Had a couple of those in the first half. Hasn't been able to find the range here in the second quarter. Marcela Rodriguez against Dreyer. Dreyer gets her hands in. Coach of West G, Brandon Stewart, thought Dreyer was able to maybe get that off of Rodriguez's leg, but it'll stay with the Pirates. Rodriguez, near side in the corner. Dribble out to Jaciana's favorite spot. This time rims in and out. And they're giving her a lot of room. That's favorite spot. Probably saw that on film. They're giving her a lot of space to knock that down.
You don't want to leave anybody. You don't want to leave a shooter that good, that wide open.
Grace McCoon knocks that one out. Izzy McCoon will join her sister on the floor, replacing Sophia McCod. Hocevar will take this one out. Coach Stewart calls out his play. Good pressure over half court. Dreyer just had to get that over the timeline. And then a foul. Once you kind of have that pressure to get that step on you, you just got to try to stay on that hip and have that help come from from the backside, or even in that case, just from the wing, have some help so that you can get your defense back in order.
Yes, once you get your defense back in order and create those active hands. And
Maggie first, a little finger roll, kiss off the glass, and she extends the West G lead to 5, 20-15, under 4 minutes left here in the first half. Anderson trying to answer back. That one won't go down. A couple in and out for Anderson. Good looks at the basket for Anderson, but just won't go in right now. She sits with 7 points, leading scorer for the Pirates. Hocevar's 3 goes begging, and the Pirates will set up their offense. 3:05 left. 20-15, West G on top of Perry. Division II, Region 5 District Semifinal winner to face Salem High School, who just beat Kenston in the semifinal before. Anderson doing her part, this time more aggressive to the basket, gets the foul call, and she will go to the free throw line.
And that's the thing they're going to have to do if they want to move on to the next round. They're going to have to continue to get to the foul line and get West Geauga in foul trouble.
Anderson knocks down the first. Got quiet except for a couple fans starting to pick that energy up here. Anderson with one more. Gives 3 dribbles, spin, one more dribble, knocks down both. Give her 9 points now, 2:55 left. Cuts the lead for West G to 3, 20-17.
If you think the hecklers are bad now, wait till you get to the college level. I have seen some things. I remember watching a North Carolina Duke game and some fan during foul shots jumping up, just doing anything they can to throw off the shot.
We'll get back to that here in a second. But first, Maggie first will knock it down. Give her 6, all in this quarter, 22-17 West G. Maggie has been a force down low this quarter.
Maggie has been a force, and she's been very dominant, and that's one of the reasons why they crashed the board so well. She is the spearheader of grabbing boards for this West Geauga team.
Izzy McCoon not able to knock it down. 2:10 left, second quarter. Skip feed from Hocevar to Wolf. She'll dribble, kick it back out to Hocevar. Hocevar guarded by Gigi Vicini. She'll give off to Grace Lasser, who checked in. Wolf baseline, leaves it short. Izzy McCoon with the rebound. Quick moving first half. As we saw in the first game, both coaches just trying to let their players feel out the intensity. And
what a block.
Block for West G. Crowd on their feet for that one. 1:44 to go. But Perry will keep possession.
The way this team and the way this ball is moving, the way the ball is flowing on both ends is just amazing to see. Both teams giving it their all and want to move on to this next round.
Margot Jean out top. Minute 35 left. First half. With no shot clock in Ohio High School Athletic Association basketball, theoretically the Pirates could hold for one. But Haley Ottman would not let them do so. Got up in the face. Looked like Riley Hodge would checked in. 5-second call on the far side. And they get another turnover, force another really unforced error for Perry.
A lot of unforced errors for both teams. I think both teams just need to settle down and get back to their style of play.
Kick ball down here. Now, Rico, while we have a second, I know you mentioned the hecklers will get worse at the college level. Isn't it like Arizona State or something like that, or USC, where they have that curtain and there's like some sort of dressed up student section thing going on?
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. The Pac-12, they really live for that.
Ball got on a pinballed around along the floor there. Perry comes out with it. Trailing 22-17, a minute and 11 seconds left here in the second quarter. Pass comes into Izzy McCoon. They break the full court press. And now they'll set their offense. And Falvey calls out his play. Baseline. Gigi Vicini left it short. Under a minute to go. Jayciana Anderson with the offensive board. Good defense to stay in front by Grace Laster. 2 others come to help. Jayciana found the open player. She gets it back. And a blocking foul will be called as Anderson kind of forced her way into that one, but gets the benefit of the call. Give West G 6 fouls this half. 1 more foul, and Perry will be at the free throw line for a 1-and-1 scenario. Perry's only got 1 foul this half, so playing good, sound defense are the Pirates.
West Geauga's playing great defense, too. The way they double-team Jayciana, forcing her to pass, now they're going to make somebody else beat them.
Margot Jean drives in, throws it up. Alexa Hosevar there to collect the missed shot, and then she takes a shot, so that'll be the second foul on Perry. 35.7 seconds left, and you just mentioned, although West G has more fouls this half, I think Coach Stewart would take some of those because of the aggressiveness and kind of the results of some of those aggressive plays. It's benefited them more than it hasn't in this first half.
I think it's all about taking a gamble. I think he realizes that sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. As long as it's not getting to the point where you're just being too aggressive or you're just playing out of tune, not unsound basketball, I think he'll live with some of those calls.
Hosevar, far wing, 25 seconds left. Deep 3 again, in and out. That one rattled all the way around the rim. Jayciana Anderson will push for Perry. Sees 2 defenders, and on her jump stop was not able to come to a complete stop. That pivot foot kind of came out from underneath her. Turn it right back up on over to West G. 15.7 seconds left. West G leading 22-17.
Another great defensive, another sound defensive play.
Ray Airbar just gets it in before the 5-second count to Alexa Hosevar. 10 seconds left. And another foul called. Hosevar was just looking for any sort of foul call or maybe a timeout here on the near baseline with good pressure from the Pirates. Clock stops 9.9 seconds. Gigi Vicini with her first foul on the night.
I think West Geauga wanted a foul.
So Hosevar will take it side out. Get it to Haley Ottman. 8 seconds. Hosevar drives into the left. Finds Ashlyn Dreher. Throws up the prayer. Maggie first finds it. And then the clock goes to 0-0 here in the first half. West G not able to finish that one off, but a strong first half for both squads. A little bit stronger for West G right here on CVC TV as the West Geauga Lady Wolverines lead the Lady Perry Pirates 22-17 at half. Rico McGee and myself, Kevin Arnold, will be back for your second half action. But first, we want to remind you that the Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery is this year's title sponsor for CVC TV. Their practice diagnose and treat your facial pain, injuries, and also offer a full range of dental implants along with bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Visit their website, www.ohsurgery.com. That's www.ohsurgery.com. Halftime here at Lakeside High School. West G 22, Perry 17. Rico and I will be back in just a few short moments. Welcome inside the gymnasium here at Lakeside High School in Ashtabula, Ohio for this Division II Region 5 District semifinal between West Geauga and Perry High School. West Geauga leading 22-17. Leading scorers for West Geauga, Alexa Hosevar with 7. On the other side for Perry, leading scorer Jaciana Anderson with 9. No one really in foul trouble. Grace Wolf does have 2 fouls, but 3 still to work with here in the second half. I am Kevin Arnold. I am joined by Rico McGee on color commentary tonight, plus our CVC TV LPV Productions crew on site tonight. And Rico, what we kind of expected in that first half, somewhat of a battle of attrition. West Geauga just hitting more from deep in that first half.
I think once Perry just has to close out on the three-point line and close out on the three-point shot attempts, and they'll be able to pull back in this game. They're only down 5, so there's no panic, no rush. They just have to take their time, one possession at a time, and get back in this game.
We are underway for second half action. Perry will start with possession. They come in at 20-3, winners of the Chagrin Valley Conference Lake Division. 7 straight conference titles for them and 3 straight district titles, so they're trying to add to that. And Perry, good shot to start. Izzy McCoon gets on the board, cuts the deficit to 3, 22-19 West G. West G will get their first possession. That's Ray Airbar who'll send off to Maggie first, far side to Haley Ottman. Ottman to Grace Wolf. Wolf drives in, and looks like we'll have a foul call before Gigi Vicini was able to get her hands on the basketball. So baseline out of bounds for the Lady Wolverines.
I disagree with that. I think that may have been a jump ball.
Vicini gets her second of the night, first on the team. They only had 2 team fouls in that first half, so playing pretty clean defensively in that first half. Hosevar throws it away. Margot Jean comes the other way. Good pressure by Airbar to stay in front. Marcela Rodriguez hands off to Izzy McCoon to Jaciana Anderson. Rodriguez gets it far wing. Airbar, good hands, gets in and gets another steal. That's 2 or 3 for her on the night. Wolf, far side, skips it back up top to Airbar. The energy and intensity of this one picking up as we start the second half. Maggie first, lefty hook inside, goes over the rim, 6:28. Pirates come the other way, trailing 22-19. CVC TV broadcast brought to you by the Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery. And we are watching, as we said, a district semifinal winner of this one faces Salem High School. Perry turns it over on that last possession, stepping out of bounds again. Seems like in both games we kind of saw that back and forth, that far sideline. Seems like not really seeing how much room you really have over there.
I think it's just knowing where you have to know where you are on the court at all times, and you have to just pay attention and know what's going on around you.
And we welcome those who have tuned in live now. We were taping and recording the first half, so you have to go back and watch that if you're just tuning in for the first time. Kevin Arnold alongside Rico McGee and Haley Ottman for 3 for West G, right on cue. A heck of a way to really introduce our live crowd into this broadcast. 25-19 West G.
Both teams fighting really hard. This moving on and representing your school and your community would mean so much to both of these groups of young ladies.
Hosevar on the near side. Tried to guide that one. Airbar comes out with it. She finds Hosevar underneath. A heck of a pass. Hosevar goes up strong. Marcela Rodriguez comes down over the top, collects the foul, and Hosevar will go to the line for 2 shots.
Hosevar just all over the floor, defensively, offensively. She's getting points, grabbing boards, forcing fouls. playing with a lot of intensity.
Couple dribbles. Hocevar long on her first free throw attempt. And you look off to our right with the scoreboard that kind of has the point totals for us. Look on the West G side of things. Pretty balanced scoring, Rico. 4 out of the 5 have at least 6 points in this one, with Hocevar now adding to her point total. Bumps it up to 8 with that split of the free throws. 26-19, 5-18, third quarter. Division II Region 5 district semifinal here at Lakeside High School in Ashtabula, Ohio.
West Geauga is just moving the ball around. They're getting everybody involved, and it looks like West Geauga's having fun. Having fun moving the ball around.
Both teams have been having fun down the stretch. 13 straight wins for West G, 10 straight for Perry. Perry, like we said, 20-3. West G, 18-6. They were 5-6 before the holiday break. We'll talk about that here more in a second. That one gets tipped away from Margot Jean. And kind of reading up on these two teams, seeing a couple stories out there in the News Herald and on SugarValleyConference.com. John Kampf, Steve Hare, they do a great job writing the articles about these high school athletes. West G kind of had a meeting with their coaches, a new coaching staff this year. Jaciana Anderson, lefty jumper goes in. Now trail by 5, 26-21, 4:43 left. Quickly the other way we go. Air bar. Bad pass inside, gets tipped away. Pirates clear with Marcela Rodriguez. Far wing against Ottman. To the top, down here in the corner to McCoon. Jaciana Anderson just inside the three-point line. That one goes across the rim. Good positioning by Ottman on that far side for that rebound. And we kind of trade possessions back to back.
To piggyback off what you said, I think the important thing about, I think you want to have success.
And one. Hocevar, what body control after she took the contact to still get that jumper to fall. 28-21, 4:03 left. She'll go to the line looking for the old school three-point play.
Once again, just doing the right things, just playing with heart, playing with intensity, trying to wheel her team to a victory.
Some substitutions coming in. We'll get you those here in a moment. Hocevar knocks down, completes the three-point play. 29-21 now, largest lead of the game for West G. Hocevar almost with a steal. Under 4 minutes to go, third quarter. 29-21 West G. They won the first matchup between these two schools. Cross-division rivals now as Perry plays in the Lake Division of the CVC. West G in the Chagrin Division. Crowd getting into it on our side. We are on the West G side of the gymnasium. Jaciana Anderson collects the offensive board, goes inside. It's that one knocked away. Coach Brandon Stewart of West G, Coach Roy Infalvi Jr. of Perry, both call out their offensive or defensive and offensive sets respectfully. 3:32, favorite spot for Jaciana. That time it's the back iron. Maggie first. Good box out there. She came in averaging 9, just under 10 rebounds a game. So good positioning all season long. Ashlyn Dreyer in for West G. Skip feed to Ottman. Somehow able to save that one before going out of bounds. Air bar up top. Brandon Stewart, seeing the pressure from the Pirates, calls a timeout before a 5-second call on the far side of the floor. 3:07 to go. West G calls a full timeout, leading 29-21.
Hocevar is carrying this team on her back thus far.
And, of course, our now live stream, first half recorded, now second half live stream of CVC TV, and, of course, you'll be able to see the second half as part of the recording later on as well, is brought to you by the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Their doctors, Keith Schneider, Jill Weber, Jacqueline Tomsick, and your very own CVC Commissioner, Don Lewis. will specialize in dental surgery, implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, along with trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery website, www.ohsurgery.com. That's www.ohsurgery.com. We thank them for all their support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV. If you're interested in getting involved in sponsoring CVC TV, Rico, tell them that website. They can head on over for more details.
www.cvctv.com.
Or ChagrinValleyConference.com too.
Right.
Either way.
ChagrinValleyConference.com.
I'm sure it'll get you there. I'm sure it'll. You type in a web address wrong now, it's like it automatically just takes you to the right one.
Exactly.
Airbar finding Hocevar somehow had the eyes up to find her. Hocevar left it short first. Up and in. Maggie first. Knocks home.
Maggie Hurst has been the unsung hero tonight in this 10-point lead now. She has been grabbing boards and has been hustling and getting all over the floor.
And the defensive intensity from West G and their fans picks up. Maggie first with 8 points on the ball game. 2:30 left. Now a 10-point lead, 31-21. Lady Wolverines over the Lady Pirates of Perry High School. Skip feed. Good hands from Sophia McCod. And Rico, we were kind of talking about it just a little bit ago, that the meeting between the coaching staff of West G and the players kind of resetting their goals, resetting what they wanted to be. They were used to winning 20-plus games, and it wasn't clicking early, and now it's really clicking.
I think in order to become successful, especially at the high school level as a coach, I think you just have to have that system, and the kids have to just buy into that system. I think once they buy into that system, you have a winning formula. I've seen it with so many different schools,
And Perry comes in battle-tested with some upset wins late in the season over Stowe and Brush, some bigger schools. So both of these coaching staffs, as Maggie first will go to the free throw line. Good take to the basket that time. Not able to finish, but draws the contact and will get 2 free throws. But both of these coaching staffs doing a great job of making sure that as the season goes on, all these schools aren't going to play the same amount of games right now. We're still coming out of COVID times. Getting enough battle-tested reps for these girls going into the tournament.
Heading into the tournament, especially which is going to be key. You have to get as much experience as possible.
First knocks down both free throws. Give her 10 points now in the ball game. And a steal. Good trap though by the Pirates. And Coach Brandon Stewart kind of just came out of nowhere. It's hard for us to see over the railing on the stands on this side, and all of a sudden his head popped out and he is yelling at the ref for a timeout as Hocevar got the steal but got that trap in the corner. That's the spot. That's one of those spots you can't get caught in on the floor. So wisely, Coach Stewart kind of protects his players, gets the timeout.
That was a wise timeout call. A good steal by Hocevar and a better timeout. Now they have possession.
So a quick timeout here in the third quarter. 1:59 left. West Geauga on top of Perry, 33-21. They went in leading 22-17, and now they've extended that lead all the way out to 11. Already with 11 points this quarter, only giving up 4. First finds the lane inside, hits the bottom of the iron. Somehow able to get on top of it, but rolling over as soon as she did that rolling motion, trying to find an open teammate. Official wisely saw that, called
for travel.
For travel. Pressure. Full court from West G. This time Perry breaks. Just trying to throw that up at the basket. There'll be a foul on the floor though, so no free throws. But Grace McCoon trying to find her way to the basket. Just try to get something going for Perry.
Perry just needs to take it one possession at a time. West Geauga came out ready to fight hard in the second half, so they just have to slowly claw their way back into it. They don't have to get it all back at once. They just have to do it one possession at a time, take their time, and just get some defensive stops.
And that's who you're going to have to go to right there. Jayciana Anderson knocks it home under the basket. Good positioning. After Riley Hodge had missed her lefty hook, but got her own rebound, found Anderson inside, and the Pirates will call timeout. 1:32 now left, third quarter, trailing by 10, 33-23.
That's exactly the best play. Just keep scoring. You don't have to shoot a whole bunch of threes and try to get it all back at once. Like I said before, just one possession at a time.
These two teams known for their defense. Last time out, Perry beating Lake Catholic in a sectional championship, beating them 39-21, held them to only 2 points in the second quarter. Jayciana Anderson, leading scorer that game with 21 points, 10 in the first, and only allowed 1 3-pointer defensively. They've allowed a lot more, and that's kind of the big key for West G. They've been able to knock home the 3-point basket more so in the first half than what we've seen here in the third quarter.
I think what it is just getting the hot hand. You just come out hot, and when it's hot, you just ride. You just ride it. That's all you could do.
10-second violation. Good pressure from the Pirates. Get another turnover as we tick down. 1:20 left. Under 10 minutes left of full game time. Time is of the essence, and it's getting more so for the Pirates. You're going to have to get as many possessions as possible to chip in and overcome this 10-point deficit.
You're going to have to just stick with what got you here. That is defense.
Grace Laster getting on the floor, getting those floor burns, gets the steal, finds Airbar, drives in, gets blocked, and the Pirates push. Margot Jean had Grace McCoon if she wanted her, but fumbled that one away, and Airbar will find Dreyer. Dreyer to Laster, corner three, too long. Good attack of the offensive glass. Megan Zabrowski getting some action here in this second half. 46.1 though. Pirates will get possession back. Your Pirates are getting stops. They got to convert on this offensive end.
And that's what the problem is, and I think that's what's keeping Perry from getting back into this ball game.
Crossover from McCoon draws some oohs and ahs. 35 seconds. Marcela Rodriguez at the top. Over here, near wing, Jayciana Anderson hands it off to Jean. Dribble up to the top. Grace McCoon. Again, too much dribbling. There's good ball movement, but then the final execution, a lot of dribbling against a team that's getting their hands on a lot of and deflecting a lot of balls, a lot of basketballs here in this game for West G. Under 10 to go. 5 seconds now. Hocevar deep three. Nothing but the bottom. Alexa Hocevar. 14 of West G's 36 points. And they will take a 13-point lead heading into the fourth quarter. 36-23. Every time Hocevar takes a three, gets deeper and deeper. That's that new age of basketball now. And you know who's at the forefront of that. That is Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors.
The Splash Brothers. That's the way a game of basketball is played now. Everybody is just shooting from deeper and deeper and deeper.
As they play Hang On Sloopy, the song of Ohio, if you're an Ohio State fan. Now, usually I'd be the one kind of doing the OHIO. I'm in a professional setting right now. I will not do that. But you mentioned, we were talking about the change of the game, and we saw the faces of the game here in town in Northeast Ohio this past weekend. And, I mean, you saw it on full display and a full example of how the game has changed. Steph Curry, 50 points, and just knocking down threes from every angle. He was turning around before the ball even left his hand at this point.
It was like good, and he would just run off like, I made the shot. And it's just amazing. He is definitely the greatest shooter of all time, in my opinion.
Well, shooting definitely on display in this one as we start the fourth quarter. Kevin Arnold alongside Rico McGee and our CVC TV LPV Productions crew. 8 minutes left to decide who will face Salem High School in the district championship on Friday night right here at Lakeside High School. Of course, CVC TV Game of the Week presented by the Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery. West G will start with possession, and that time West G getting caught on the dribble, turn it over. You see a lot more success for both of these squads. Yes, their calling cards are defense, so possessions are at a premium offensively. They are more successful when that ball moves, and coaches will say, ball moves faster by the pass than the dribble.
Yes, it does.
Marcela Rodriguez, Jaciana Anderson, over here to Grace McCoon. Joined by Margot Jean and Gigi Vicini, the 5 for the Pirates to start this fourth quarter. 7:18 left. Jean tried to knock down the 3, and it's one and done for the Pirates. Been a huge key already tonight for the Wolverines. Been able to rebound the basketball, limiting those second chance opportunities for the Pirates. Haley Ottman, Ray Airbar, Grace Wolf, Maggie First, Alexa Hosevar, the 5 for West G. Ottman with it. Here to the near wing to Airbar. Airbar sends it to Wolf, to Hosevar. Skip feed all the way in the corner to Ottman. That may have gotten deflected. Goes short. Jaciana Anderson ready to push. Grace McCoon all alone. Right-handed layup. Drops in. That one wanted to fall out, but goes in the bottom of the bucket. Trims the lead down to 11 for West G.
Beautiful fast break offense.
And there's skip feed to Ottman. Ottman trying to find First. Good way to get around the posts from Anderson. Deflects it out. Stays right here with the Lady Wolverines. 6:19. Izzy McCoon will check in for Grace McCoon. So sister for sister swap. 6:19 left. Grace Wolf will take it out for West G. Hosevar just drives in. Nothing Rodriguez could do. Hosevar had one thing on her mind, get to the basket. She drops it home, give her 16 right on her average. She averages just over 16 points a game. She's got 16 tonight with 6 minutes left. Pirates just don't have an answer. But Jaciana Anderson knocks down the deep 2-point basket. Cuts it back to 11-point lead. Pirates cannot trade baskets, though. They cannot go basket for basket at this point.
They have to play deep. They have to step up the defense, and they have to force double teams. Excellent defensive possession by Perry.
So good trap here right in the corner of the sideline and the half-court line on Hosevar. Over and back. So the Pirates get another chance. Got to start converting back-to-back offensive possessions. Anderson to Jean, to the top to Rodriguez for 3. Back iron. Anderson on the offensive glass. Sees a double, gets through it, tries to get up and through, and it is a jump ball. Hosevar got her hand on it. Possession will keep it with the Perry Pirates. Rodriguez been kept quiet here tonight, only with 5 points. Kind of that next person in line with Anderson, that offensive sets for Perry. Anderson misses her pet shot at the foul line. Hosevar with the board. 4:55 left in the ball game. District semifinal spot in the district championship on the line. West G 38, Perry 27. Ottman sends it back out top to Hosevar. They'll reset. Dribble behind her back. She throws it up. This time not able to knock it down. But Perry just swiping at the ball, trying to get possessions offensively, as many as they can in the final 4.5 minutes. Hosevar seeing that wisely went into the shooting motion to earn a trip to the free throw line.
Hosevar has just been excellent this evening.
Hosevar knocks down the first. She'll have one more.
She is definitely the player of the game.
Ashlyn Dreher checks in for Haley Ottman. Ottman gets a nice hand from the West G faithful, our side of the gym. Hocevar, a couple dribbles. And since she kind of found her rhythm, there hasn't been much rim when she's shooting. It is hitting nothing but net. Most of tonight, give her 18. Leading scorer on the night, leading scorer for her team. And has been kind of that spark plug for West G offensively all night long. Anderson doing what she can. This is the foul line, Jay. Anderson to McCoon. McCoon hits it off the bottom of the backboard. Goes out of bounds, 40-27 West G. And that clock just seems like it's ticking away faster and faster for Perry. The exact opposite for West G.
Time is not on Perry's side anymore, and they're down by double digits. They're going to have to dig deep and find a way to pull themselves back into this game, because now they're under 4 minutes in the game.
Airbar getting pressured by Izzy McCoon. Takes the foul. Be the 6th team foul. This time, this half, Perry kind of struggling with the foul trouble, as that'll be Izzy McCoon's 3rd foul. Gigi Vicini also with 3 fouls for Perry. You get 5 in the high school game. So next foul on Perry will send West G to the free throw line 1-1. And there it is. But that'll be 2 shots as Maggie first went into the shooting motion. And she's kind of been that you don't want to say Robin to Batman. We're all in a Batman state of mind because the new movie will be coming out soon. But she's been that other piece when Hocevar's been trapped. She's been able to find space inside to really take advantage of, that ball movement around the perimeter from West G.
I think what's so interesting is her ability to stretch the floor as well. I've seen a couple of plays where she's gotten out to the wing and beyond the three-point line. I'm wondering if she can knock down the 3 as well.
And she knocks down 2 free throws there, giving her 12. Her team 42. They lead 42-27, 3:43 left. Grace Laster into the game. Haley Ottman returns as well. Maggie first gets a seat. Airbar hustling back, gets her hand on it. It seems like that has been her calling card all night as well. Airbar, it'll probably show up because the teams take deflections in their stat sheets, but not something you're going to see in the newspaper. But that's the hustle plays, the championship-winning plays that you need and the type of players you need. As Dreyer throws that one out of bounds, giving it back to the Pirates. Pirates trail by 15, 42-27, 3:14 to go.
I've always said offense wins games, defense wins championships. It's those little plays that help put that crown on your head for you to become a champion.
I mean, you look at in this win streak, West G is scoring 56 points a game, well below that tonight. Perry will go to the free throw line. Good drive to the basket for Riley Hodge. 3:11 left. Some points with the clock stopped is what they need right now. But on the season, West G scoring over 56 points a game. Like we said, well below that tonight. But in the win streak, they're outscoring their opponents. They'll be well below this as well. But 62.8 to 33 in the win streak. So not only are they playing defense, but they are converting in transition. They are knocking down the three-point basket with more regularity towards the end. And that's what you want. You want to be playing your best basketball at the end. And both these teams came in doing that. West G has just taken more control.
Perry has nothing to hang their heads about. They've played hard all season, rattling off 10 straight, which is no easy stretch because there is a lot of competition in the CVC and in other conferences throughout Northeast Ohio. So to win 10 straight, that's a pretty big thing.
Good steal for the Pirates. Here comes Margot Jean. Not able to collect. Tries to find a teammate. Marcela Rodriguez is there. Good pass over to Gigi Vicini. So better ball movement that time. Clock ticks. 2:30 left in the ball game. Hocevar just shoves her way in. Maggie first would not be denied. goes through the contact, knocks home the layup, and give her 14, looking for 15 at the line. 44-31 West G. Foul goes on Jayciana Anderson. That'll be her third on the night. It just seems like any time Perry finds any semblance of maybe some momentum, a run, Hocevar and First are there to stem the tide.
Just transition offense and great defense just leading to transition offense. Great defense leads to great offense in basketball, especially from a missed shot to a stolen pass to anything like that.
Dreher in the corner, defended by Maddie Stevenson. She sends it up to Hocevar. She's got Marcela Rodriguez on her. Dribbling at the top of the key. Little weave action with Airbar. Lasser was going to give Airbar a screen. Now Airbar will hand off to Grace Wolf. We said it in the first half. We'll say it again. Ohio High School Athletic Association, one of those high school sports organizations in the country that does not have a shot clock in high school basketball. I know that brings up big discussions. We don't have enough time for that tonight. I'm sure you have thoughts on that, Rico. I have thoughts on that. But both teams playing under the same set of rules. 1:50 to go. West G has earned this lead that they have right now, trying to hold on, 44-31.
I think just not having the shot clock, West Geauga could hold the ball if they wanted to, and they would win.
Roddy Hodge will come off injured. She'll be attended to by the training staff. We don't speculate on any injuries here on CVC TV, but when anybody is making a motion to their head, you send extra thoughts out to that player, and hopefully she will be okay. Margot Jean will check in for Gigi Vicini. And you see the smart basketball crowd that we have here. Yes, West G is on top. Their fans are excited, but injury for even someone on the opposing team, that becomes the biggest concern. Health is always a much bigger concern, much bigger than the game.
Yes, that's something you never want to see. Even if it's a heated rival, I never want to see anyone get hurt. That's a scary thing.
West G continuing to attack the offensive glass, though. Grace Wolf will earn herself a trip to the free throw line. She hit 2 big threes to start out the ball game for West G to kind of kickstart the offense, and then Alexa Hocevar and Maggie First have just taken off from there. Coach Brandon Stewart of West Geauga will send his 4 players back to midcourt. Wolf knocked down the first. She knocks down the second. Back to a 15-point lead for West G. Under 2 minutes left, 1:44 on the clock. West G has been in a full-court press most of the game. They'll go back to a half-court man-to-man, player-to-player. Jayciana Anderson was looking for the kind of Tim Duncan kiss off the glass on that jump shot. Not able to do so. And now West G will just look to run as much of the clock out. Grace Laster, though, saw an open shot. Too long. And Ashlyn Dreher, a little toe drag swag along the corner with the interception. And another turnover for Perry, but that is the type of effort that both of these coaches have been preaching leading into this game and into this tournament.
You have to play till the clock hits 0. Doesn't matter if you're up by 2 points or up by 100 points. You always play till the clock hits 0.
And there's one of those examples. Yes, a steal goes down in the box score, and it goes down for the stat book. But how she did it, no one will know unless they're watching CVC TV, presented by the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery right here on ChagrinValleyConference.com and the Chagrin Valley Conference new YouTube channel. There may have been some issues with the YouTube channel. I know CVC Information Director Steve Hare is making sure that that is up there with all the great content that the YouTube channel has of these student athletes. Perry able to knock home the layup, cuts it to 13. 46-33 West G, 37 seconds left.
Excellent effort by both teams. Excellent effort. Perry has nothing to hang their heads about.
Dreher wisely just lets Stevenson, Maddie Stevenson from Perry, knock that one out. West G's crowd comes to their feet for a standing ovation. Some of the younger players getting a chance to play in this one. Unless the miracle happens in 24.3 seconds. We last saw something like that with Tracy McGrady with the Houston Rockets against the Spurs.
Yeah.
But unless something like that happens, West G's going to move on, and they're going to end Perry's 3 straight district title runs in the postseason.
Excellent effort by both teams, and the clock will hit 0. Perry won't move on this year, but they have a lot to take from this game and a lot to take from this season. These young girls fought hard.
The horn sounds. West G celebrates the victory, beating Perry by 13, 46-33. Both teams will come together for the handshakes. Good to see the handshakes back in high school athletics. Of course, one of the subtle little things that goes unnoticed that was taken away by COVID, the little things that were taken away, and it's good to see those back because you know that both of these schools know each other well. This is not the last of the battles of Perry and West G, but this year, West G takes both. The first meeting, closer affair, 36-32. This time, 46-33. Kevin Arnold alongside Rico McGee and our CVC TV LPV Productions crew. We'll just keep it here for just a few brief moments. Rico, as we wind things down tonight, just some of your final thoughts on this ball game, and then we'll kind of look at West G's chances against Salem because we did watch them. But right now, wrap up this game for us. What did you see out of both squads, and especially West G getting the victory?
Well, it's like I said, West Geauga would have to dominate on the glass, and that's what they did, both offense and defensively. Maggie First was definitely one of the difference makers in helping West Geauga cement this victory. She rebounded, she got points, she went strong to the hole and went strong down low, and Perry just didn't have an answer for her.
And you look on the other side for Perry. West G knew coming in, Jayciana Anderson was the offense for Perry, along with Marcela Rodriguez. And they, Jayciana Anderson was able to score, I believe it was 15. They've already shut the score board off, and we're so far away from the scorer's table, we don't have the final official numbers. We'll see if we can get those, but probably not. But at one point I saw Jayciana Anderson with 15. A quiet 15, and Marcela just not much able to get going to help out her teammate. And once that defense really stemmed the tide from West G on Perry, there wasn't much offense for anybody.
Not much offense, and it's just nothing you could do. And it's just when West Geauga gets going offensively and they're feeling confident, not only does their offense step up, but their defense steps up. And with Jayciana being the only scorer for the team, is you take her out, and then Marcella's couldn't get much going. It's just hard to really step up and be able to compete with West Geauga.
So West Geauga this year, unlike the past 3 years, with Perry being that CVC representative this year, West Geauga will move on to the district championship on Friday night here in Division II, Region 5, right here at Lakeside High School against Salem High School. And let's just look ahead at that for all of our CVC TV fans and just CVC fans out there in general tuning in. Prospects for West Geauga in that one. Salem looked like a very strong team. Kenston gave them a ball game in the fourth quarter. That championship, that number 2 seed, that confident group you really saw finish things out. What does that matchup look like? What's a key to victory maybe for West Geauga as a CVC team, or even both teams in that one?
I think for West Geauga, what you have to do is to continue to dominate on the boards, of course. Don't make too many mental errors. Salem is a team that once you begin to make mental errors, they will take advantage of all of those weak points. You have to just play good, sound basketball, both offensively and defensively.
So those challenges will come up for West Geauga on Friday night, but they get tonight to enjoy what they were able to accomplish in the district semifinal against Perry, beating them 46-33. I want to thank our entire crew out here tonight. Of course, working through some of our technical problems, able to get the second half on live stream here tonight. If you missed the first half, make sure to go back and watch the full game recording on ChagrinValleyConference.com. So for our camera operators tonight, want to thank them, Jim Wagner and Andrea Munoz. And, of course, our production director on site, Peter Tellep, our information director setting up these CVC TV matchups. That is Steve Hare. For my partner, Rico McGee, a pleasure, as always, being joined on the broadcast by you. I'm Kevin Arnold. Your final tonight from Lakeside High School. West Geauga moves on to the district final, 46-33 over Perry, right here on your CVC TV Game of the Week, presented by the Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery. I'm Kevin Arnold. Have a great night, everybody.